What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here. Welcome back to Countdown to the Worst Call of Duty Game. Episode 7, we have World at War. Coming in here at number 7 on this list, counting down. Today we have some Zombies gameplay on Nacht der Untoten, the first Zombies map ever to release in Call of Duty history. This is the first map, and well, it's very limited, so we don't really last that long here. This is some older gameplay that I had. This wasn't anything recent, but nonetheless, I hope you do all enjoy that. Why does World at War come in here below the other games? Well, the campaign for World at War was very, very good. It set the tone for a World War II themed game excellently. I felt like out of all the game modes, especially, obviously, Zombies was a new game mode for the time. But the campaign, they really tried to focus on here in this game because it really set up the tone, like sort of how the first Call of Duty 4 set up the tone for the other campaigns coming in the series, and World at War set up the tone for Black Ops 1's campaign, and so on, moving forward. World at War really, it just didn't really bring anything new to the table besides zombies, right? And that's why I'm showing off some Zombies gameplay. I want to diverse it a little bit from the average multiplayer stuff here in this series. But yeah, Zombies was really the only new thing to come out of World at War, right? With Zombies, I mean, this is the first map, but we don't have any perks on this map. We don't have any, like, Pack-a-Punch, so obviously that's a perk. We don't have a lot of the stuff on this map was very small. You couldn't really explore it, and look at Zombies now today. We have tons of Easter eggs and tons of perks and ways to explore the map and this and that. It has grown into something that is amazing, and it really all started here with Call of Duty World War II. So without this game, we don't know if we would ever see Zombies in the Call of Duty series as a whole. I mean, maybe somebody would have thought of it by now, but this is the first Zombies experience, and it was a good one with that too. I felt like other games had better Zombies than this one, because obviously this is the first one, but as you know, as it goes, the first one usually is generally where it set the scene, and it wasn't that bad as well. Now, with the multiplayer side of things, I obviously did not play this game back in its prime, as I've said in previous episodes of Countdown to the Worst Call of Duty. My first game was Black Ops during 2011, and then I went back to play Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty 4, and even World at War several times during that time. And World at War, it's just, well, obviously the MP40 is overpowered, and we know some things are, you know, a little bit OP about different, especially with different perks. Like if you look at the different perk tiers, and why would anybody use the Shades perk, which, you know, kind of reflects you against using the signal flares, which nobody used in this game, or you can have Juggernaut. You know, which one would you pick? Obviously, there's some choices like that and some different perk imbalancings in the MP40, but the multiplayer experience in general was a good one. I just felt like the hit detection was not there. The hit detection was kind of off in this game, as it sort of is in most Treyarch games. I felt like they really improved upon that within Black Ops 2 and then moving on into Black Ops 3, but during World at War and Black Ops 1, the hit detection was definitely not there with these games, and so World at War really felt lackluster compared to Call of Duty 4, right? Call of Duty 4 really feels, to this day, you can go back and play both games, and both games feel completely different from each other. Call of Duty 4 feels smooth. This game feels kind of rough around the edges, and that might be just because they kind of took the Infinity Ward engine and then, you know, improved upon that, or whatever they had to do to make World at War. But ultimately, no matter how you slice it, Call of Duty 4 or any of the Infinity Ward games are usually smoother than Treyarch games. The same is sort of true today, but not entirely. Like, Black Ops 3 is a very smooth game compared to Infinite Warfare, and I actually think it's a tiny bit smoother in my own opinion, but back then, Infinity Ward was really the top-notch developer that really brought the smoothness in, and so that's why I really think Call of Duty World at War, I almost said World War II, deserves the 7th spot here. Also for the fact that I did not play it during its prime, like I mentioned, so it doesn't really have a bunch of nostalgic feel. It's just I'm basing the game off of what it offers today, and you know, in that experience, it does offer the 3 game modes with the multiplayer, zombies, and campaign, unlike Call of Duty 4. But in this game, I don't know, it just the multiplayer wasn't really there, and I know that back when World at War came out, and the multiplayer was kind of like criticized because, you know, we already have had previous World War II games. Now, of course, now the only one that we have is Call of Duty World War II, but back then they pumped out World War II games, and not just Call of Duty. I'm talking about like lots of developers pumped out pumped out World War II games. And so because of that, World at War just kind of felt like oversaturated in the already oversaturated market, and people didn't really like that. And plus, with Call of Duty 4, it was a new experience, you know, and I think that's why a lot of people went back to Call of Duty 4 after World at War came out. And not really why I think, but that's why we all know why people went back to Call of Duty 4. So really, I think this game was better than a lot of people have said it was, but, you know, it definitely has its faults. But World at War, I mean, it's hacked right now, of course, like most of the other Call of Duty older ones are. But, you know, if this game wasn't hacked, if, you know, in that case, I feel like it deserves this spot on the list. And honestly, like, I don't really have anything much else to say about World at War, because I never played it during its prime. I'm just experiencing it, or I was experiencing it as it was a game after Call of Duty Black Ops. And actually, I did get World at War for Christmas the same year that I got Black Ops, but I was just so excited to play Black Ops that I didn't even bother to play World at War first. I knew I should have said, yeah, I'm going to play World at War first, and then I'll put in Black Ops, because, you know, for the campaign and the storyline. But, you know, that just didn't happen, and I got for Black Ops for Christmas during 2010. And when I got Black Ops, I was just like, boop, pop that thing in my Xbox 360 and, you know, just have some fun. But, yeah, so, but World at War, you know, the campaign, excellent story, and I really like how they kept a lot of things historical, unlike Call of Duty World War II did. But, you know, besides everything that I mentioned, I really feel like it fits the number 7 spot here above all the other games that are to come. And especially, you know, for obvious reasons, it is boots on the ground, of course. And so, yeah, but that's the Zombies gameplay. Let me know your thoughts on Call of Duty World at War below. I'll see you on the next one. This is NinjaGeek. I'm out, and peace.